Hello everyone! So as you guys know, I'm Rosie. Again, as I start every video off, if you hear any weird noises, it's either my neighbors, my cats, or I'm sitting currently next to a water fountain for my cats. And also if the camera shakes at all, or if you see me bend down, that is because my young child cat thing, well, my cat, and now she's eating, so if you hear any chewing, I'm sorry, is what you're stacked on is currently a little grate thing with shelves and toilet paper. So if it shakes at all, it's because she's playing with her mouse and trying to get it through the grates. So if it shakes, I do apologize. I'm so sorry. She's just fun. And if I pick her up, that's me just trying to get her to stop. So, or because I'm upset. So, again, also, I'm starting to get a little sick, so if I sniffle or cough or anything, don't mind me. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing now. So I want to start off this video by saying I am not a grief counselor or anything of that sort. I am just personally saying what happened with me and everything like that. Again, only my opinion, or not opinion, I guess, my experience with it, that is all. And I'm mainly going off of this one experience. I might add in a little bit of another experience, but like I said, it's only my experience. No counselor or anything, no psychology behind it or anything. So, why I wanted to film this video is because some people probably, well, not probably, oh my gosh, I know there's probably people out there that are going through similar things. Dealing with grief and depression and anxiety do not mix very well, and I just wanted to put my experience out there for if it can help anybody, or just so that someone doesn't know that they're alone. They are not alone. There's other people too that are out there that are going through similar things. So, mine, I lost my grandfather, who I was very, very close to when I was young, and I was very close to up until he died, for the most part. Died almost a year ago. The time that you're seeing this video is actually the anniversary of his death, and I am filming this on the 13th, so this video should be up on the 17th, and I wanted to film it, like I said, to help anybody that needed it and everything. So here we go. So my grandfather had Lewy body dementia, and that is essentially like little Lewy bodies chewing at your brainstem. So it affects not only your mental and your memories and your brain and everything, it affects your entire body. So you kind of become an empty shell that just sits there and just watches. So I also personally got married in October, for those that don't know or anything. I got married to my now husband in October, so that's a couple months or months after he passed away. But for the longest time, we always thought that he was going to make it to the wedding and he was going to be sitting in that front row, ready and watching. Sorry if you hear crinkling, that is again Artemis. And I will probably refer to her multiple times in this video because it's a distraction from the upsetting topic that we're talking about. So he was, okay, so I'm not going to go into all specifics, mainly because I don't want to divulge all of the specifics of what was going on with him. So essentially with him, he had the Lewy body dementia. It was affecting motion and motor skills and everything. And the day after Christmas of 2019, or sorry, actually 2018, so December 26th, he accidentally started himself on fire. And he was in the hospital from the 26th to February 17th of 2019. And that was a very rough time, not only for me, for everyone in my family. And it makes this time kind of more a little uncomfortable, or I don't want to say uncomfortable, but a little harder. Because for me also on Valentine's Day, that's when I found out he was in hospice, and I went to go visit him, and that was the time I got to say my goodbye to him separately and alone, and it has left a bad taste in my mouth for Valentine's Day. I'm still going to be celebrating with my husband because it is our first one married and everything, and I'm going to make a video with like Valentine's Day look and everything, but you'll see that later, or probably before this video comes out. So essentially it was rough, and as I said, he was supposed to make it to my wedding and he didn't. We specifically chose our location area that was close to my hometown because of him, so that it was easier on him to get home to and from the wedding, and it made it easier for him and easier for everyone that was involved. So, and again, he didn't make it, and that is for me at the time, it was a hard pill to swallow. And in the middle of that time, I knew, like, when I finally realized he wasn't going to make it, whether he was alive or if he passed away, I knew he wasn't going to be able to make it to the wedding. Sorry, Artemis just jumped up behind me. And, so that was a really hard pill to swallow. And for me personally, okay, leading up to the wedding, after the funeral, which was I think a week later, it was rough. And the first month or two after, I didn't even want to talk about the wedding. I didn't want to think about it because it just was a reminder that he wasn't there anymore. He was gone. And it just, even now, it still makes me upset. And the day before the wedding, the rehearsal dinner, we went to the nail salon and everything, and I drove myself alone. No one else was in the car with me, and I went to go visit where he is entombed, I think that's what it's called, and I got there 5 minutes after they closed the doors in the building that he was entombed in, and his tomb, or I don't know what exactly the term of it is, was close to one of the doors. So I stood outside of the door and I could actually see him, or see his name and everything. And I stood there and just looked at it for a little bit. Then I remember walking to my car, and I sat in my car, and I just kind of sat back and just kind of looked up at the ceiling, and I started just crying. And yes, I was upset that he was gone, but I was also angry. I was mad. I was furious because he was gone and he wasn't going to be sitting there next to my grandma in the front row at my wedding. And I was also the first grandchild to get married. I mean, out of the 4 of us, yes, but I was still the first, and he still wasn't there, and it still makes me upset now. And it just, like I said, I was furious. And it's okay to be mad at the person that died. I mean, it's more so it's okay to be mad at them because you miss them so much. And the human emotions are so complex that it's just, yeah, right now even I can't find words to describe it properly. But it makes it hard to explain. But it's okay to be mad at someone who has passed away, and especially if they miss special moments. And it's just hard. And up until now, I am still struggling with being okay. because I'm always gonna miss him. And as everyone says, grief comes in waves. And sorry, Artemis is currently trying to knock you down. Oh gosh. Okay. Personally, well, I mean, everyone's still gonna work through it. It's never gonna go away. I mean, the pain fades after a while, but it doesn't mean to just ignore it. Ignoring grief is, I'm gonna say, not the smartest idea. I've tried. It doesn't work all that well. Oh no. Alright, just gonna hold her. It doesn't help or anything. Talking with loved ones is a good idea. Talking with loved ones is a good alternative to hiding and ignoring those feelings. Holding a cat and talking to a cat or dog or lizard, whatever type of animal you have, is good. Talking to your partner, no matter who it is, who they are, whatever. Sometimes talking to a stranger. It all depends on what you feel comfortable with. And like I said, this is just my personal experience. And for me, it's still hard. It's still rough. And I'm not mad at him anymore. I mean, there's times that, sure, I'll be mad at him. Sorry, Artemis is still trying to get that mouse, and I'm just trying to get it away from her. Okay, so, if you couldn't tell, I'm in a different room. The background's different. It's a little bit darker. And yeah, that's because my camera messed up and the battery died. So, I'm just gonna finish off here. Basically, the main reason why I made the video was more so for helping anybody else that's going through anything similar, and also to help myself kind of work through it a little bit more, because if you couldn't tell, I haven't worked through it fully. And I mainly talked about the fact with the wedding because in that year span, or in the year span of him passing away, it kind of has affected me in a lot of ways, and the wedding was one of those more crucial things that affected me personally. And like I said, it's just grief. You gotta take little steps with it, and it never goes away. And yes, the pain fades, but it never goes away. And yeah, that's mainly the gist of what I wanted to say. I looked back at the footage just to make sure that everything I got everything, and I did, and it just was all jumbled and everything, mainly because I was distracted by Artemis, just knocking down the camera, not knocking down, but playing with the camera, and yeah, so I'm sorry if my makeup is a hot mess. If you can tell, it's like a few hours later, or not even a few. I filmed that first part at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is now 8:21. Don't know. Yeah. So, but yeah, subscribe. I'm not even gonna say like or any. You know what? Just never mind. This video is just, it's a doozy, as a lot of people say. So, just remember, there's always someone out there that loves you and that's looking out for you. And if you're going through a rough time, talk to someone, talk to an animal, just talk to yourself. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.